off to a wonderful morning here because we have a delightful gentleman with us this morning. You see him on Capitol here every day on 1011 Strong. This is Richard Egan, and he plays the role of Sam Clegg the Tooth right there on Capitol. How you doing?
Fine. The truth?
I want the truth, the absolute truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, all right.
You know, Richard, never in the history of television has a soap opera got off to such a big start in the ratings. Never before Capitol.
That's right, yes.
And it follows the formula for success. Do you know what that is? Number one, that's to sprinkle it liberally with very young actors, because you want to get the young people, you want to get the junior high and the high school kids involved.
That's why they hired me.
That's why they hired you.
Right.
But the majority of the cast is under 30. The vast majority of the cast, right? Okay. Secondly, all beautiful people. I mean, gorgeous people.
They are. Yeah.
Thirdly, liberally sprinkle with prime-time money. Lovely mansions, the cars, the clothing, great emphasis on detail. And number four, sex, musical beds. Everybody's jumping in and out of everybody's bed. Those are the four prime ingredients for success. And you guys have done all that.
I have to check the bedroom. I missed somewhere along the line. They haven't invited me in there. I don't know about that. I think that they have an addition that you didn't mention, that they have some very solid actors that have vast experience in order to allow these youngsters to take off on the storylines. For instance, Carolyn Jones and Rory Calhoun and Ed Nelson and Constance Towers are all extremely professional people. And you know, the question of being wealthy, this is a different turn than they had 20 years ago. When I was doing Empire, I was the general manager of a 500,000-acre ranch. It had tremendous money. And we shot it in Santa Fe, and there were cattle, and there was oil, and there was lumber, and there was everything involved, and there was tremendous opulence to it. And they took a survey and said that the working man didn't particularly like that. They didn't like the idea of so much wealth, so they did a half-hour show out of it, used my character, Redigo, from Empire, made it black and white, took me out of the 500,000, cut it down to 25,000, and I was in hot. Of course, we went off the air in a hurry. So I think that what you said about that is exactly right. And of course, you can say about these nighttime shows of Dallas and all of the other ones that followed it, that there's plenty of excitement in the fact that there is opulence. And
I think people are fascinated by that lifestyle.
And by the power that it gives.
John Conroy is the producer of Capitol, and he had originally hoped that he could get some real live politicians to play little cameos. Has that happened, or
No.
is he still contemplating that? That would be fun.
Well, if he could act, yeah. But if he couldn't act, it wouldn't be fun.
Aren't politicians actors?
Well, I suppose, but they would deny that. I think we better get off that subject.
Open mouth, insert foot.
Yeah.
Let me just, your brother's a Jesuit priest.
Yes, I must qualify that. He was. My brother passed away.
Oh. And the reason I find that fascinating, and his advice to you about really giving it your all, working hard and studying hard, the preservation of our theater really belongs to a nun from the 10th century. Her name was Hrosvitha, H-R-O-S-V-I-T-H-A. She preserved the theater as we know it. She wrote plays. There was nothing during the Dark Ages had it not been for a nun.
The morality plays. Yes, yeah. and the church allowing it to be performed, they were anathema, as the theater has from time to time, as you know very well, been closed, banned. And incidentally, I think they might, it'd be wise for those who are writing so many X-rated movies to remember that. You know, not that it'll happen again, but it could. And the great freedom that they have now can be misused and abused. And there's only so much people will take suddenly. Maybe the law won't close the theaters, but the people will stop going. And I know quite a few now who have. They said they've forgotten about what used to appeal. They've gone into nudity and profanity. In this, one of the great things about Capitol, I'm delighted, is that they aren't allowed that freedom that they are allowed on the big screen. They have to have some restraint. They watched the language. They cut out the expletives. They just erase it if the writers put it in. And I sort of like that. I don't think they're necessary anyway.
Think of how far we've come. You know the first swear word that was ever in a movie?
Yes.
1939. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Look at how far we've come. Or have we come?
Yes.
I don't know.
I wonder, yeah.
Hey, well, continue your fine work on Capitol, Richard Egan. Pleasure to see you every single day here on 1011 Strong.
Thank you.
Watch him, Sam Clegg II, here on Capitol. And 1011 Morning continues.